Hey Roxstars, it's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It was like you could hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? You guys know, yeah, these notes is real skimpy. So everything that I'm talking about today, it looked like most of this stuff. Yeah, everything I'm talking about right now is just me giving my opinion on the subject because I don't have the particulars. I guess we can start out with Bambi&Scrappy. I said, child, I had already told myself I was not gonna be talking about Scrappy and his herd of women. Okay? Because it's always something. I don't know what Scrappy, but I done told y'all about that rapper Dick. Rapper Dick can have you thinking completely out of your mind and doing things differently. I mean, I ain't never been with a rapper, but when I see what these women be going through, Scrappy, Future, and all, child, okay, so Offset is something that makes people still want to be involved with them, even though they out there just as raggedy as hell, okay? So now we talking about Scrappy. And you know, he keeps on rotation. Well, Diamond looked like she's finally out. Diamond is now engaged to a professional boxer. I don't know his name. And she's pregnant and she looks like she's happy over there. So Diamond has kind of taken herself out the loop. Diamond has never really 100% been on Scrappy. Not since he's been back in the reality world. I mean, she kind of dibble and dabbles with him every now and again. But she ain't the likes of a Bambi and Erica. So the most recent discussion that we can have about Bambi and Scrappy, Bambi, yes, you guys, Bambi this time. They say that Bambi and Scrappy was out partying together. Or should I, not necessarily partying. We didn't see them dancing and all that, but they were at a lounge together somewhere out here in Atlanta. There may have been a group of people. I think some people said that it was a love and hip hop, you know, like it was a rap party or an opening season party or something, and that's the reason why they were there. I don't know that for a fact, but I have heard people say that that was the only reason why they were in that environment. Yet and still, they still look very nice and happy and cozy. You know, I mean, I guess I wouldn't expect them to be fighting and shit at the party or whatever, but when you see the video of them at that place together, laughing and his drinks and hookahs and shit, you know, it just kind of made you go, okay. Someone did ask Bambi, you know, what was the situation, what was the status of her and her baby father, slash ex-husband, young Merlot, and she said that when it comes to co-parenting, they are taking it a day at a time. However, they want what's best for their 3 children. They said that when they asked Scrappy those very same questions, that Scrappy was very elusive and all that. I mean, I think also they want you to watch the new season of Love and Hip Hop because I believe the season just started a couple of days ago. So, you know, it's kind of one of those wait and see what happens things. But yeah, it was interesting to see them two enjoying themselves so much, especially considering that Scrappy and Erica was hanging so tough. Now, I don't see them hanging so tough as much anymore, but that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing, okay? Because we know that he and Erica can pop back up together like whatever. Now, according to one of the Roxstars, as I wasn't able to research this, so y'all take this with a grain of salt. I don't know this for a fact, but they are saying that Erica's pregnant right now. And I was like, you have got to be kidding. That cannot be true. Okay, I mean, it can be true, obviously, but that cannot. I know that this girl, I mean, she don't necessarily have to be pregnant by Scrappy, but it's like, who else would it be? I mean, she's been with him a lot lately, even though they made sure that they kept it, as far as we were concerned, they kept saying that they were just friends, you know, that they was just homies, you know, they just having a good time together and everything. But you can't tell me on some of them nights after you done had a really good time together, you know, that you didn't decide to just cap it off. You know, because I mean, hell, he's familiar. You done been dealing with him for so many years and everything. And I mean, maybe you needed a little some too. And I mean, why not? You know, he's a single man, you a single woman. So I mean, it seems like it would be easiest to say that that girl is pregnant by him. But I was just like, Erica, as much as she always tries to make it seem like, you know, she don't be pressed about Scrappy or that she was the first and all this, but she goes back and forth with him as he also shows up with Bambi. If he was really in a relationship with Erica, and when they were even at that party, the cast party that they were having or whatever, it seems like him and Bambi would still be keeping their distance, and it didn't seem like they were. So yeah, they're saying, and they said that this rock star also said that in a rant that what's his name? Chaotic. I guess Chaotic had a rant on one of his live videos recently, and he was going off about Scrappy because they say that Chaotic and Scrappy got into a fight. That Chaotic is chaotic. Like, that's the perfect name for him. Something about him, he just real, like, he one of them niggas that would make me nervous. Like, I'd be like, nigga, sit down some fucking where. Like, you loud, you know, he's boisterous and obnoxious and one of them types, just always on go. But apparently in this live, he was going off about Scrappy, and he said that Scrappy has 5 children. Now, we know he has 3 with Bambi. He has 1 with Erica. Who would be this 5th child in question? Well, if Erica's pregnant, you know, 2 + 2 = 4. So now they're saying that, you know, that it might be her child. I'm just like, first of all, we don't even know if Erica is pregnant. This is, again, just something that the rock star dropped off in my comments, and I felt like I needed to go on it and what's the word? Add it to this video. But you guys will have to let me know, because some of you guys follow that and you watch the show. So I mean, is this a storyline? That's why I don't fuck with Love and Hip Hop anymore, because it be so many storylines that don't equate to real life, that, you know, and that's really what all reality shows are right now. But yeah, but it would be interesting. The thing is, Erica has to know that Scrappy is always going to have some level of love for Bambi. He married that girl, okay? So you know, when we going through the pecking order, and they got 3 kids and everything, like, they have a lot of history together. I'm not saying that him and Erica don't, but she got to know that she's sharing her man. She's sharing her man. That's it. I mean, that happens. I mean, hell, if everybody all right with it, who am I, child? You know, you like it, I love it. But that's what's going on there. But yeah, Erica, I was just like, girl, please just don't tell me you pregnant by him. I know she still has little kids and everything, because they're in their 30s, you know, so they're young. But I just, girl, what? Is that what you trying to do? Is that what you trying to do? Okay. It ain't a flex, though. It ain't a flex. But what y'all think these rapper dicks got going on? Who out there that been with a rapper, child? Because something is happening. Honey, we lose all thought, sense, and sensibility when it comes to these rappers, child. But anyway, let me move on from there. My training, I see everybody heading back into the building. I'm going to have to... Next story. Well, you guys, they say Maurice. Well, you guys, they say that Maurice from Love and Marriage Huntsville, that it has been, that they are saying that he has 2 daughters that we did not know about. Now, of course, when somebody sent me that, I was like, he has 2 daughters. Oh my God, please don't tell me this man done went out and had 2 kids on Kimmy. Because we know him and Kimmy don't have any kids together. Okay, we only knew of Monster, and we knew of Kimmy's son. What's his name? Jalen? I think that's his name. But we only knew of those 2. Now we find out that he has possibly 2 more daughters, and I was just like, oh my God. I mean, how did they keep that shit hidden? Well, you guys, after I did a quick Google search and looked at a couple of different YouTubers that were talking on the story, I ended up finding out that these are children of his that I think he claims, you know, because maybe he had some hand in their upbringing, but they are not his blood children. And that also that they are grown. Okay, so that is a part of the story that people are missing. Unless there's some other scandalous part of this story that I'm missing. Yeah, he don't have no new kids. He has like kids that, like I said, I think one of the daughters is Kiowa's daughter. Okay, so that's his ex-wife, the mother of Monster. And so I think that, you know, it's kind of misleading, because I was just waiting, because I was just like, Lord, we don't need another scandal to come off of that Love and Marriage Huntsville. I mean, that show is just a glutton for it, huh? But yeah, that's what's going on. They say that, and I guess we found out about the grown girls because on Father's Day, Maurice said something about his daughter or his child or something like that, and so everybody was like, what? But there was a video of the daughter giving him something for Father's Day. And like I said, she's grown and everything. So I don't think there's anything to worry about. Supposedly, he also had mentioned Love and Marriage Detroit was coming back, but then they took that post down. Okay. But Love and Marriage Detroit might be coming back. I know that I thought that I had heard that they had a second season greenlit. But, you know, Carlos be so wrapped up in Love and Marriage Huntsville, that's the only show that he really cares about. At least that's what it seems like. So we don't know if Detroit is or isn't coming back. I told you guys that I would review that show if it did come back. You know, I'd have to see. I'm so through. I don't miss reality shows one bit. I am excited about Reasonable Doubt coming back. And Tommy's show, I think, is the next one to come back. As far as the Power franchise, which is going to be the final season. And so I'm happy with that. Okay. But we'll see with Love and Marriage Detroit. Okay. Next story. All right, you guys. So Carly Russell, who was the person that was caught up in the scandal last year when everybody was trying to find out what happened to Carly Russell. Remember, she supposedly had pulled over and said that she saw a baby on the side of the freeway in their diaper or something, and that she pulled over and apparently was kidnapped for a day and nobody knew her whereabouts, and then all of a sudden she just showed up and just walked back in the house like she had left. I think that Carly did not expect for the world, or at least the nation, to tune in and really get involved in her where is she, you know. I don't think that she knew that it was going to go quite as viral as it did. And turns out that the girl was hiding out trying to get back at her ex-boyfriend, on again, off again boyfriend that she was with at the time. And remember, everybody was pissed about it and they wanted to press charges and they wanted her to go to jail and all that. I think she ended up being fined and she had probation. I don't think she actually spent a day in jail. I didn't think the girl needed to go to jail, but you know, some people was like, no, that bitch need to go to jail. Y'all be so rough and hard on people. But anyway, she didn't go to jail, but she had to do community service. And I'm sure there's things that, you know, there's things that she had to do within her probationary status. But she did end up posting on her birthday, which has been pretty much a year ago, the same time, you know, just how much she has grown. She said that there is still a lot of work to do. However, she's proud of the person that she has become. That she had to deal with a lot of things, had to accept a lot of things about herself, had to make some changes within herself. I'm paraphrasing because, again, I don't have it in my notes. But I did read her thing, and she pretty much was saying how proud of her that she was, that she is no longer that person that she was a year ago. So, you know what? Good for her. Okay. Hopefully she continues to grow. Whatever happened with that boyfriend? I know that boyfriend for a minute was spinning the block, baby. I mean, well, he wasn't spinning the block, but he was definitely out there. He's a good looking guy, and they was having parties and they was exploiting that poor boy. That boy didn't know what to do. He was not prepared for all of that. But I know they had a big party for him out here in Atlanta. You could buy tickets and stuff if you wanted to meet him and all. I was like, y'all be doing the most, child, just the most. But I'm assuming that them two are not together any longer. But yeah, that's what's going on there. How you guys feel about Carly a whole year later? Have you softened your views on her? Do you think that she's not as bad as people led us to believe? Yeah, you guys leave all that below. All right, rock stars, I might look a little different. I had to go back to my training, and now it is a few hours later, and I am trying to finish up this video before I get home. So makeup might be kind of off, face might be shiny, It might be darker or brighter depending on what the sun was doing earlier. But anyway, we here, y'all. Next story up, let's talk about Kim Burrell. Child, I tell you, the Baptist bitch. I don't even know what she, or what her religious belief is. I mean, she's a Christian, obviously, but I don't know what's the word, y'all. I don't know if she's Protestant, Baptist, holiness, what is it called? Anyway, y'all know what I'm saying. That Kim Burrell is something special, ain't she? She is something special. She even manages to offend people in an apology. And that's because I really know that Kim Burrell is just one of those nice, nasty, you guys, I have a watermelon Jolly Rancher in my mouth too, so my tongue might be red and stuff. Y'all, I know it's childish. I'm sorry. I was tired in that class. I needed something to give me a little oomph. But anyway, she is just one of those people. If you grew up in the church, then you know about those nice, nasty, and sometimes emphasis on the nasty, not necessarily so nice. I mean, they can be anointed when it comes to the singing. They might have the voice of the angels, but could be mean as hell. Just mean. And you wonder how people like that can, how both of those things exist. Like, why does God bless somebody with such a beautiful voice, such a touching voice, but then when they're not singing, they just complete assholes? That would be Kim Burrell. Okay? Because we have seen Kim Burrell in action plenty of times. It hasn't even been once or twice that she might have had a slip up. We know that this is what Kim Burrell is. Okay? And I don't think that the lady can help herself. And sometimes when you know what a person is, you just deal with them accordingly. So that's how we do Kim Burrell. But anyway, Kim Burrell was at the most recent Stellar Awards. You guys know that's like the Christian gospel award ceremony that we have. And they gave her the I was about to say Anita Baker. Y'all saw that it was an Anita Baker citing Cardi B. I know a lot of people was going around social media. Nobody knew where Anita Baker was ever since she canceled her that concert. We ain't heard nor seen Sister Girl, but Cardi B said she saw her and all that. So we know that she's alive and well, you guys. Anyway, getting back to this. So she was getting the Aretha Franklin Award. And so I guess she was being honored there. And so I guess Kim Burrell said that I'm going to paraphrase for you, but when she got up there, she said that she had a long talk with herself, okay? And she was like, self, you've been tripping out there. You've been mean to these gay folks, the whole community. They don't see it for my ass. So I need to get up here and say something that kind of tries to bring everybody back around and not have everybody thinking that I'm just this horrible person, because I really am not. That's what she told herself. She sat down and had some soul searching and tried to figure out a way that she can bring, inclusivity for everybody, all communities that go to church. Because in the end, what do we want? We want us all to believe and go to heaven. Okay? When we check out of here, we want the good Lord to say, job well done. Okay? Stamp your paperwork and let you go through the pearly gates. So she thought about it, and she said, you know what, she's going to address the people at this award ceremony today. She went on to say that in church, this is when things got condescending, because that's what Kim does best. She said that in church, we have church lingo, church jargon. A lot of people aren't privy to that. A lot of people don't understand that. So I'm going to let the people in the back know. And I was just like, anybody that's been going to church for any length of time knows about the church jargon and church lingo. And especially if you are a part of a community that the church shuns, or it's not necessarily shunning anymore. Now it is shunning in some situations, but now a lot of it is just sort of like, don't ask, don't tell. Okay? Like, they may be aware that you're gay, but if you ain't screaming it from the rafters, we ain't gonna ask you nothing about it. We don't want to know nothing about it. Yeah, we see the two of you guys come to church and everything. We know that that's probably what it is. However, we ain't even gonna discuss it. Okay, I think that that's kind of the approach that many churches have taken. And So she's trying to explain to the people that there are just some things that you say, which could be very well true. There are some things that you just say. I'm sorry, you guys. Hold on one second. Looks like I'm getting some sort of call that's an emergency or text message. One second. All right, you guys, that was Jada. That Jada calls me for everything and stresses me out. That girl just don't realize how stressful. As soon as I see her number come on my phone, I'm stressed. You know, so she's here and she couldn't find her wallet. And so she called me earlier and asked me did I know where it was, and I hadn't seen it. She hasn't seen it in a couple of days. And now she's just letting me know that it was at one of her friend's house, and thank goodness for that. And I'm just like, Lord, when is it that I'm going to actually see her picture come up on my screen and I don't automatically get nervous? Okay, child, it's something to look forward to. When your kids move, and then you still be stressed. It's a whole new stress because now you ain't got them under your control in your house, and it can be all kind of shit going on out there. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here, you guys. Getting back to Kim Burrell. So, Kim said that, yeah, my bad. Shouldn't have been talking to the LGBTQ IA community. You know what? Let's give them a big round of applause. And I was like, why are we giving them a round of applause? Like, why are you saying that, Kim? Are you trying to be funny up there? Because I laughed when I saw that. Maybe because I'm not gay, but I would think that anybody that's even gay that has a sense of humor would laugh at what she just did. Because really? Give us a round of applause? That sounds like some shit that Trump would say. That sounds like something he would say about, you know, all my blacks. I love my blacks out there. Let's give our blacks a round of applause. Like, we don't want you to applaud us. We want you to respect us. And honestly, Kim Burrell could have just kept all that. You know, I mean, I know some people probably appreciate the fact that she tried, but to me, it still was a nice nasty, and in my opinion, I don't think Kim Burrell can really do any other way. Okay, so when you know that you that way, and people already not misunderstood, they fully understood what you meant when you said it. Okay, then it's just, that is what it is. And I really would have been fine if Kim would have just got up there and said, thank you, Jesus, for this award. You know, thank the people that voted for me, and I'm out, you know. But you trying to reach across the aisle, so to speak, to talk to the gay community, but still manage to offend them during this whole thing. Girl, what? So she put that, you know, she said that in her thank you speech. And so I was going to say GLAAD. It's not GLAAD. What's the name of the organization? Y'all know the organization that I'm talking about. Yeah, I put it on this is memory, remember? But anyway, they responded and they were just like, listen, or maybe it is GLAAD. Gay and lesbian. Yeah, I think it is GLAAD. So anyway, GLAAD came out and said, listen, I'm going to put it in layman's terms for you. GLAAD came out and said, listen, we know that the lady is a bitch, okay? And we know that she get out there and she say whatever she want to say and all that. And we've had problems with her in the past. However, okay, this might be the first step, because at least she is now acknowledging that she is wrong. And even though the apology still was messed up, you know, she's acknowledging it. And let's just accept that as the first step of her trying to reach across and reach out to the gay community. But GLAAD was like, listen, we all up on the church lingo and the church jargon. All right. I would imagine that there are many Christians within the GLAAD organization as well that go to church and have to deal with this kind of thing. So it's not nothing new. Just because they're gay doesn't mean that they are not Christians and that they haven't been to churches where they have been shunned or, you know, talked down on, but in a way where it tries to seem like, you know, so it's just sort of like, and honestly, you guys, I mean, we all know that there are quite a few gay people in the church. Like, you know, your whole music ministry, a lot of times, you know, it's there and it's happening. So it's always interesting that churches still don't quite know where to land when it comes to gay relationships, within the church, you know. I mean, I think that don't ask, don't tell. I think that works for me, but you know, I'm not gay. So I don't know how I would feel if I was in that situation. So this is for my gay rock stars out there. Gay, lesbian, even though isn't that the same thing? Why do we have to differentiate between the two? I still don't quite know that. There's so many things that I got to learn about this whole thing, you guys. But anyway, how do you guys feel about the fact that you go to, I mean, do you go to a church where they are all very out open and accept the relationship and, you know, marry gay relationships in their church and things like that? Or do you belong to a church that is a part of that don't ask, don't tell? Or do you belong to a church that is flat out telling you every Sunday that gay relationships is a sin and you're going to go to hell? Because I would hope that you are not doing that for your own mental space. Like, I would hope that you're not sitting and listen to somebody say something like that to you over and over and over again. I mean, I would, but you never know. Some people have grown up in a church and are loyal to that church, even though that church doesn't best serve its interests, you know, their interests. So I would hope that people aren't doing that to themselves. But, you know, some people probably still do that. You know, that's what they come from. So, but you guys let me know, how do you feel about this whole thing? First of all, how do you feel about Kim Burrell and her apology? Do you accept the apology that came from her? Like I said, to me, it seemed very condescending and still was kind of one of those, like, listen, that's just how we talk in church. And if y'all don't like it, oh, well, okay, for the people in the back, but those who didn't know, that's what we do in church, you know. Maybe you shouldn't do that in church, okay? Maybe you should let the people deal with their relationship with God however they want to deal with it and not even worry about their sexual orientation, okay? But yeah, but that Kim Burrell is giving him a round of applause. I was just like, what? A mess, child. A mess. Hold on, I got some notes from the other day that I was going to put in a story that I mean, in the last top of the blogs that I didn't put in about the Olympics. Okay, let's end it on a fun note. The Olympics will begin tomorrow. If you're watching this video on Friday, they start today. Okay, tonight, the opening ceremonies will be happening. You guys know that the Olympics will be taking place in Paris, France. And, of course, they last for 2 weeks. So from July 26th on through August 11th, we will be full swing all day, every day for 2 weeks, Olympics on, you know, whatever channel. I think it's NBC that usually has the Olympics on the entire time. Okay. And we enjoy the Summer Olympics the most. I mean, most people wouldn't say that. Well, black people, let me just say black people, although I enjoy Winter Olympics as well. But, you know, we like the basketball. We like all of the summer sports. I love ice skating, and I love, you know, there are certain things that I like on the winter too, but summer is my jam, you guys. I'm excited about the opening ceremonies. They say that the opening ceremonies will be nothing like they have ever been in the past. It's going to start Friday evening, I think somewhere around 8 o'clock, 8:30 our time here in Eastern time. And the way that it's going to be different is because it's not going to be held in a stadium. Okay, so you guys know there's many water routes within Paris, France, and, you know, and everything. So this time they're going to be having the athletes from all of the different countries represented on boats. Okay, and they're going to navigate through the channels of the routes of the rivers or whatever they call them out there. Okay, the Champs-Elysees, you know, every little breeze seemed to whisper a wee. Y'all know I love me some I Love Lucy, child. Every little breeze seemed to whisper Louise. Birds in the trees, they all whistle Louise. I love when I can pull out my French accent, y'all. Anyway, so yeah, they're gonna be on boats, you guys. And you know, the smaller countries may share some boats, but if you come from a country such as the United States, where there are hundreds of athletes, they are going to have their own boat to themselves. And yeah, so that's going to be really exciting to see. You know, we just saw Paris, the Vogue World that they just had, and all that out in the middle of the street and around that whatever that very popular area that they were in. You know, so now they're going to try this boat situation, and I'm looking forward to it, you guys. I love a good opening ceremony. I watch them every year. It's always a lot of fanfare and lights, and, you know, seeing all of the different uniforms that are going to be on the different countries, athletes that are representing. We always see America always has like that preppy look. I don't know if Ralph Lauren, like Polo, is the official person for the Olympics, but I believe that they are. And he usually gives them a whole preppy blazer, jeans, you know, that kind of whole little red, white, and blue with a little tinge of brown leather thrown up in there. I'm assuming that that's going to be the same look that America has this year. You guys saw that one though. Was it Mongolia? I think it was Mongolia. Child, their opening day ceremony outfits are beautiful. I mean, just the embroidery and the silk material and just fashionable. I was like, I am loving this, y'all. Who knew that I was going to be watching this to see what folks is wearing? But that's what we going to be doing, you guys. They're going to have cameras on the boats. And, you know, so you'll be able to see the vantage point, and you'll be able to see some of your favorite athletes on the boats and their reactions to what's going on. And so they're going to be going throughout the whole city. And, yeah, it's going to be cool to see. We saw that Coco Gauff, I hope I'm saying her last name right, and LeBron James, they will be the flag bearers on the boat. So I'm assuming they're going to be at the front of the boat like Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet in Titanic. You know, maybe they'll even give us the little pose, you know. I don't know if Savannah would like, you know, LeBron pressing his front parts up against Coco's back parts. But yeah, they're going to actually be the front of the boat, I'm assuming, and they're going to be the flag bearer. Or maybe they're the ones that, maybe they're going to show us getting on the boat and them actually putting the flag on the boat. Y'all, we going to see. But it's going to be real, real nice, you guys. I think it's going to be really, really nice. And what are the sports you guys are looking forward to seeing? I'm actually excited about seeing the track and field, which is always one of my favorite sports. Of course, I'm ready to see Sha'Carri just do the damn thing. I'm so proud of her that she's been keeping her head down, and she's been just taking care of her business and breaking world records, even at the world meets. Hadn't even got to the Olympics yet, and just been doing it, okay? Because she has such a bumpy, you know, start. She didn't even get to start because she got caught up in that whole marijuana thing. But we put it behind us, we focused, and we ready. And, you know, it's always the rivals is USA and Jamaica. So looking forward to seeing that. Looking forward to seeing the gymnastics. We got a whole bunch of us on the team. But, of course, Simone Biles, you know, leading the team. And just, I mean, she's awesome. I don't even know what else to say. When you see that little body just flipping in the air 100 times, I just like, how do you have that much strength? And I mean, just the things that girl is able to do is amazing. It's mind-blowing. And she has really carried that sport even further and pushing people to do more, you know, with some of those jumps and flips and shit that she even has coined as her own. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. And the men as well, men and women's gymnastics, I'm always excited to see. Track and field, I'm always excited to see. Basketball, not so much. The basketball games don't be that exciting to me. And I think it's because, well, they're better now because now people go home and play, you know, a lot of but it used to be that the competition wasn't that great, you know, but now the competition is going to be better because, you know, we have a lot of players here in the NBA that actually are from other countries. So they go home and represent their own country. So they have the skill now. It's still, you know, we still pretty much know that Team USA is going to win. But at least now we have more to go by. I'm, of course, looking forward to seeing the ladies play. The ladies just seem to be more exciting in certain environments. And I think the Olympics the ladies Olympics basketball team is one of those teams that's more exciting than the men to watch. But that's just my opinion, you guys. You guys let me know what you think about that. But those are the ones that I really like. But then sometimes I just catch myself watching all kind of shit. Okay, just whatever is on that day. So yeah, I'm excited to see that it is happening. And like I said, it starts tomorrow night. Will you be watching? All right, you guys, that is it. I'm gonna get on off of here. I'm fixing to take it on home and get this edited so you guys can have it fresh on Friday morning. All right, we do this every single week, so make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars.